Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Thursday, January 12th, 2023, and I'm here to talk to you guys about tonight's NBA Main Slate. We have a 6-game slate tonight. If you're new to the channel, if you would hit the like button and then hit subscribe. After you've done those two things, if you will hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when the newest podcast has gone live. And if you're new to DFS Coach Talk, if you would go ahead and join us at dfscoachtalk.com. We have memberships as low as $9 a week, and we're going to be announcing tomorrow our special promo for the NFL playoffs. So for the kickoff of the NFL playoffs, we want to do something special for everybody, and so be looking forward to that announcement tomorrow. We've got a 6-game slate tonight. The first game on this slate is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Philadelphia 76ers. 1 second. I had this pulled up. I'm not sure what happened here. 7 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off. The Sixers are favored by 9.5. It's a 233 over-under. For the Thunder, Dieng, Pokashevsky, and Jeremiah Robinson-Earl are out. And then it looks like the Sixers are pretty well healthy. So projected starting lineup for the Thunder, SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and a new guy here. I haven't recognized this name before, Eugene Omoruyi. And then we have for the Sixers, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Joel Embiid. This game, I don't think this game's going to be all that close. The Sixers have allowed the fewest fantasy points to point guard, so it's not a good matchup for their best player, for Oklahoma City's best player in SGA. He's only scored 28.5 DraftKings points the last time he faced Philly, and they have allowed the fewest fantasy points to point guards this year. So it's not a good matchup for him, which in my mind makes me think that they're going to really struggle to score points against Philly. The last time they played, James Harden and Tyrese Maxey were not in the lineup for Philly, and they still won by 19. That was in Oklahoma City on New Year's Eve. If this game does somehow stay close, obviously Joel Embiid is the top play on the slate, one of the top plays. He's 11,000 on DraftKings, 11.5 on FanDuel, 53 on Yahoo. But overall, I'm kind of looking to fade this game because I just don't think that it's going to stay close enough for us to get what we need for a fantasy perspective. Hey, Doug, Damian, Stacks Money, what's up, guys? The next game we have 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Miami Heat. Miami is favored by 6. This game has the lowest over-under, one of the lowest over-unders I've seen in a while, only 211.5. Giannis, Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Serge Ibaka, and Joel Ingles are out for the Bucks. Joe Ingles, I should say. And then for the Heat, you have Dwayne Dedmon, Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, and Omer Yurtseven. So there's a lot of people out in both for both teams in this matchup. And the projected starting lineup for the Bucks, you have Drew Holiday, Javon Carter, Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez. For the Heat, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Jimmy Butler, Haywood Highsmith, and Bam Adebayo. This game, I do think there's a couple plays that you can get to. Drew Holiday's been playing really well his last 2 games against the Knicks and then last night against the Hawks. He did face Miami last. It hasn't been this year. It was last year in March, and he scored 54 DraftKings points. So I do think that Drew Holiday is a good play here. Bobby Portis with Giannis out, I like him. He's 6,300 on DraftKings, 6,400 on FanDuel, $21 on Yahoo. Brooke Lopez has been playing outstanding basketball. Kept that up again last night against Atlanta. He's 5,600 on DraftKings, 6,700 on FanDuel is a little pricey, so I'm not sure I would go there. And then $24 on Yahoo. If you want to look for a value play, basically a punt play for your tournaments and stuff, I think Marjon Beauchamp is going to get some extended minutes with Grayson Allen out. He played 21 minutes last night, and he's a rookie, so he's young, so he should have no restrictions after playing last night. I like him as a value play for sure. On the Miami side, without Giannis in there, I think Bam Adebayo is a really strong play. He's 9,100 on DraftKings, 8,600 on FanDuel, $35 on Yahoo. With Tyler Hero out, you can definitely look at Victor Oladipo. He's 5,900 on DraftKings, 5,800 on FanDuel, $17 on Yahoo. Max Strus has also been playing good minutes lately. 5,300 on DraftKings, 5,500 on FanDuel, $15 on Yahoo. And then if you want to go even further into value, you've got Gabe Vincent, 4,000 on DraftKings, 4,100 on FanDuel, and $10 on Yahoo. So probably 2 or 3 guys at a minimum for me in each side on this game. I know that it's not the highest projected scoring game, but I do think there's some good value here at a minimum. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. So guys should have some extended rolls, and for their price, they should be able to hit the value that we're looking for. The next game, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets has a 226 over-under. Boston's favored by 1.5. This game is going to be one of the bigger games of the night as far as the news goes. We'll have to keep an eye on this, but if Jaylen Brown sits, then Jason Tatum becomes a top play. If they both play, I do like Jaylen Brown. He is 9,000 on DraftKings, 8,400 on FanDuel, $38 on Yahoo. They faced each other. Boston and Brooklyn last faced each other on December 4th, and Jaylen Brown had 65.5 DraftKings points. So if he plays, I definitely like him. Like I said, if he's out, then you could definitely look at Jason Tatum. The Nets plays are going to be pretty chalky, but I do like, of course, Kyrie without KD. He's 8,800 on DraftKings, 9,300 on FanDuel, $36 on Yahoo. I think Ben Simmons is in play, 5,400 on DraftKings. He's 6,800 on FanDuel, a little pricey over there, $23 on Yahoo. Royce O'Neal is in play as well, 4,500 on DraftKings, 5,100 on FanDuel, $16 on Yahoo. We get a good value price on DraftKings and Yahoo for Seth Curry, so I like him over there on those two sites. 3,500 on DraftKings and only $11 on Yahoo. Yeah, I'm not on Jimmy Butler. Drew Holiday has done an outstanding job defending him. If you look at the games that they've played against Milwaukee lately, he's had I'll pull it up for you real quick. Let's see his last several games here. 16.3, 36.5, 38.5, 45, 19.3, 43.5, and 39.3. So the last 7 games, he hasn't scored more than 45 DraftKings points. So that's a pretty good sample size. I know some of those games, some of the guys have been out for the Heat. And like I said, Drew Holiday just does a really good job against him. So, yeah, I'm not on Jimmy Butler tonight. All right, the next game we have the Charlotte Hornets and the Toronto Raptors at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Toronto is favored by 8, has a 231.5 over-under. Gordon Hayward is looking like he's not going to play, and Kelly Oubre Jr. is still out. For the Raptors, looks like they're pretty well healthy. The projected starting lineup for the Hornets is LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Jalen McDaniels, P.J. Washington, and Mason Plumlee. For the Raptors, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. For me in this game, I actually like Terry Rozier more than LaMelo Ball. He had, 50.8 DraftKings points on Tuesday. These teams just played each other on Tuesday. LaMelo Ball had 52.5. Rozier's cheaper. He's averaged 44.8 DraftKings points his last 3 games against Toronto. So I definitely lean towards Terry Rozier in this matchup. I also like Siakam again. I went to him on Tuesday. He only had 45 DraftKings points. I think he'll have a better game tonight. He is 10-3 on DraftKings, 9,600 on FanDuel, $43 on Yahoo, as we've talked about several times. The Hornets have allowed the most fantasy points to centers, so I do like Siakam here. Even if he's not a traditional center, he still had some success in this matchup in the past. And then I like Gary Trent Jr. More on DraftKings than Yahoo. He's 6,200 on DraftKings, $22 on Yahoo. He is 7,200 on FanDuel, so he's a little pricey over there. But that's really it. Would be Rozier for Charlotte, and then Siakam and maybe Gary Trent for the Raptors. Next game we have tonight is going to be 2.5 hours later. The Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers. Dallas is favored by 3, has a 236 over-under, which, I'm pretty sure that's the highest. Yeah, highest over-under on the slate. Looks like for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell is going to be out. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's questionable, but it looks like he's going to be out. Dorian Finney-Smith is out. Josh Green is out. Maxi Kleber is out for Dallas. And then for the Lakers, LeBron James and Troy Brown are probable. Patrick Beverley, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and Lonnie Walker Jr. are out. Projected starting lineup for the Mavericks: Luka, Dinwiddie, Hardaway, Christian Wood, Dwight Powell. And then for the Lakers, you've got Dennis Schroeder. Max Christie is projected to start. LeBron James, Toscano Anderson, and Thomas Bryant. For me in this game, I like Luka. He's very expensive. He's obviously the most expensive player on the slate. He's 12.8 on DraftKings, 12.2 on FanDuel, and $60 on Yahoo. LA's allowed the third most fantasy points to point guards. He had 60.3 DraftKings points when they played each other on Christmas Day. The guy who really had a nice game, though, was Christian Wood. 8,300 on DraftKings, 8,200 on FanDuel, $30 on Yahoo. He had 62.5 DraftKings points against the Lakers on Christmas Day, and LA has allowed the fourth most fantasy points to power forwards and the fifth most to centers. And he's kind of a hybrid. So wherever you're looking at, they're allowing the top 5 most fantasy points to those positions. And then the Lakers, LeBron without AD, 10.9 on DraftKings, 11,000 on FanDuel, $48 on Yahoo. Last game of the night, the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Portland Trailblazers. Cleveland is favored by 3. This game has a 221 over-under. Looks like Ricky Rubio will play. He's probable, I think it says. No, he's questionable. Okay, so he's questionable, so not sure if he's going to play. Jared Allen is looking like he's probably not. He is going to play. They have some of the wrong color schemes here. Jared Allen probably will play. And then Dean Wade and Dylan Windler are out. Looks like Damian Lillard is questionable, so that would be big for Portland. And Gary Payton Jr. is supposed to play. Nasir Little and Justice Winslow are out. The projected starting lineup for Cleveland, you've got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. If Damian Lillard plays, he's projected to start. Anthony Simons, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, and Yusuf Nurkic. If Lillard's out, I like Josh Hart tonight. He is, let's see what his price is right now. He is 6,000 on DraftKings. He's 6,300 on FanDuel, and he is $20 on Yahoo. So if Lillard's out, I do like Josh Hart to pick up a lot of the usage there. I think that you could run it back on the other side with Donovan Mitchell. That's a pretty safe play. I like him. Anthony Simons you could take a look at, but there's some other guards that I like on this slate more. So I'd probably look at maybe Simons and Hart and then Mitchell on the Cleveland side. But that's really about it for this slate. It's just a 6-game slate, so it's a smaller slate. But I'm probably going with more at this point anyway. It looks like I'm going to be going with more of a balanced lineup. Probably not going to be paying up for guys like Luka and LeBron, Joel Embiid. I'm probably going to be going with more of a balanced lineup at this point. So if anything changes, you'll know in Discord as long as you're a member. But that's where I'm leaning right now. All right. So for the prize picks plays for today, my top two, of course, this is going to be dependent upon that whole situation with Jaylen Brown, but I still think Kyrie Irving is going to have a decent game. He's 44.5 is what I have him at for his fantasy score. I like the over on that with no Kevin Durant in the lineup. And then I'm going to take the trend with Terry Rozier and take him over 33.5 fantasy score. And then the other play I like is less than 28.5 points for SGA. As I mentioned, Philadelphia's allowed the fewest fantasy points to point guards, and he only had 14 fantasy points when they played on New Year's Eve. 14 points, I mean, not fantasy points. Malcolm Brogdon, yeah, you could look at Malcolm Brogdon. Now, I do think that Marcus Smart's going to be back, so that affects that a little bit. You could probably also look at maybe Grant. Well, I think Grant Williams is he going to play? Yeah, I think he's going to play. You could look at maybe Grant Williams too. But yeah, I think Brogdon is an option. Just kind of depends on what their starting lineup would look like without Brown. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it. I had to start the podcast a little bit earlier today because I have a appointment coming up here at 5:00, but just wanted to get this out to you guys. Hopefully we will have another successful night. We gave out some really good plays last night on the podcast. Hopefully you guys played some of those. Jaylen Brown, Jakob Poeltl, to name a few, but there were some others for sure. So hope everybody has a great night. Deb and I are going to be on the show tomorrow, so we'll be giving out our normal game day breakdown of the main slate tomorrow, as well as our Two Brains lineup. You can vote. Let us know if you want us to do a DraftKings core, a FanDuel Two Brains lineup, or a Yahoo Two Brains lineup. So be thinking about that. Like I said, we're going to have our promo that we'll announce tomorrow. So we have a big weekend coming up, and especially with the NFL playoffs and everything starting. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope everybody has a great night tonight, and we will be back again tomorrow when we look to crush it in NBA, DFS, and PrizePicks. Thank you.